Yo, what's going on? Drops here. Hope I new video. If you are not in high school yet, maybe you're starting high school next year, or maybe like you're barely starting right now. But I feel like it shouldn't really matter though, because if you just started this year, you still got 3 years to go. It's still the beginning. I'm currently a junior right now, and next year I'm a senior, which is kind of crazy to think about. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you guys things you gotta know for whether you're new to high school or whether like you've been there for a while. Or if you've been there for a while already, you can just watch this if you want. It doesn't really matter anymore at this point because I'm pretty sure you know a lot already. But this video goes mostly to people that, let's say, are in 8th grade right now and you're starting your first year of high school next year, because I know the majority of my viewers are like younger kids anyway, so I guess it's like it makes sense. It's not like most of my viewers are adults and I'm talking about like high school. I mean, like, oh, y'all know before going to high school, if you know what I'm talking about. All right, so one thing I'm gonna talk about that you really should know, it's a pretty important one. It's gonna fly super fast, bro. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna talk about it pretty shortly right now. I'm just gonna say it. It's gonna go by really fast. Hold on, let me just hold on, my fault. All right, like I was saying, so once you start freshman year, I'm going by my experience. Once you start, it's gonna be like, everything's going good. Once you step foot into school, you're gonna be super nervous and like, oh my god, new school. You're probably gonna be texting your friends they went to middle school with and be like, hey, where you at, where you at? That's what I did, and I was so lost. Even though I went to orientation, I was still lost. And then eventually, after like, I'll say after the first week, I would say you will start learning the school a little bit more. It'll be like very easy. You'll be like, okay, I know where this is, I know where that is. And then the next thing is gonna be in your mind. You're gonna be like, okay, when I have new classes, I'm gonna be struggling again. But think about it, it's not that bad, bro. Because of course, now it doesn't matter what grade level you are. The first day of school is always nervous, bro. Whether you're in college, whether you're in middle school, elementary school, first day of school is always scary. You kind of just, I feel like you're old enough to the point where you're kind of like, okay, I don't really need to like walk around too much, try to like, look where my class is at. You know what I mean? You kind of already know by now like where G wing is at, F wing is at, you know where all that is now. And then you kind of know, okay, when the bell rings or the last 5 minutes before the bell rings, I'll walk around, make sure it is my class. And then the worst part though, when you walk in, you're like, hey, you ask your teacher, hey, is this a G6? Even though like this is a G6 already, they're gonna be like, yeah, it's a G6. You sit down, it's gonna be so weird, bro. The worst part is when you see people that you've seen previously in your last classes, the last school year, whatever, and you see them in this class now, you're like, okay. Very awkward, but that's how it's gonna be. If you go to a high school near your area, where your middle school is, near that area, you'll guarantee you see people from your middle school go to your high school. Of course, it's a pretty common thing. I experienced that too. So something you need to realize is that people you went to middle school with, once you enter high school, they're gonna change. And you can have people tell you that, like, people are gonna change, they're not gonna be there forever. You can have people saying that, but honestly, people telling you that, like your parents telling you that, that's not gonna help you at all. You got to go through it yourself, like how I have to go through it myself. There's people that I've knew since like first grade, third grade, knew each other good all the way to 8th grade, and after high school, we'll still text every now and then, but like eventually, like, even if you say it, even if you both agree, like, life is so short, we gotta be friends forever. I mean, like, you're gonna be like that, and then eventually it just happens, bro. Either you're the person that just chooses to just get lost, or you choose to lock in and they choose to just like do whatever. I mean, I did get into some bad things, I'm not gonna lie, not gonna talk about though, but what made me want to make those changes is think about my future and future family and all that. I want that to be good. I don't want it to be like a very ghetto, I mean. So I made some decisions thinking about that, and it makes me happier when I go based on my own decisions and not like what people want for me, because I'm gonna live my life how I want it. I'm not gonna let people make the choices for me. So, because think about it, at the end of the day, the only person you can rely on is yourself, bro. Just like how nobody knows you better than yourself. So yeah, so I'm pretty sure everybody wants to have a good family in the future. Everybody wants to raise a family in the future. Everybody wants a very healthy one, right? So that's what everyone want to do. Now, next thing, like I was saying, it's gonna go by really fast. So like freshman year, it's gonna be all fun. Sophomore year, okay, I still got 2 more years left. And once you hit junior year, you're gonna be like, oh my god, I'm turning 17 this year, and after this I have 1 year left, and then I'm out, officially done. That's it. I remember being in 3rd grade and being like, looking at those 6th grades, like, yo, these kids are big kids. Look at these big kids. They look so cool, right? And when I was a 6th grader, I was looking at 8th graders, like, yo, these kids are huge, bro. And now when I was a freshman, I'm like, wow, I am twice the age of the little kids I used to look at and think they were huge. But now it's crazy. Yeah, eventually, yeah, I'm just gonna say enjoy your time in high school, bro. Obviously high school, there is gonna be a lot of haters, but you rarely see bullies in high school. I'm not gonna lie to you. You see more bullies in like fourth grade and stuff, but once you hit high school, everyone kind of just worries about themselves. They don't really worry about bullying no more. Maybe like with your friends, you joke around and stuff, that happens. It's pretty fun, but you don't really see people get bullied. You might see fights at high school, but you're not gonna see people like bullying each other and all that. Like people snatch people's lunch and stuff. Nah, that's not the stuff you'll see. That's some movie stuff right there, but that's not realistic. Now, one thing I'm gonna say: don't be ashamed of being by yourself. Like if you're in the sit down cafeteria in the morning, you see a lot of people in line walking in, or at lunch, whatever. Especially at lunch, to be packed the cafeteria. I'm gonna tell you that. You see people walking in and they see you, and you're staying by yourself. Don't. Who cares, bro? Just eat, look around, and just eat. You know what I mean? Don't feel like people think I'm weird for being by myself. No, bro. Maturity is realizing that being by yourself is. There's nothing wrong about that. Like I do have a lot of friends at my school I go to, but at the same time, sometimes like I'll just walk around myself in the morning. I'm getting to the point where I don't really text my friends that much no more. We're like, hey, where you at in the morning? I'll do that sometimes with the ones I'm close with, but I'm not really gonna be texting everybody like, hey, where you at? So we can walk around and stuff. If you text me there, if you find me, walk around. If I see you, we'll walk around. But I'm not just gonna be texting. Like doing that makes me look like I look up to them or something. Like, yo, I'm a fan. I'm trying to walk with you. Where you at? Like, no. Unless it's like your close friends, I mean, it makes sense. All right, so now we're gonna go section by section and like really start talking now. So number one, mindset and expectations. All right, it's a fresh start. Middle school was just last year. You're in high school now. You ought to focus on high school. Now, high school is pretty important because in middle school, whether you pass or not, you're gonna get to the next grade. Now, I'm pretty sure nowadays in high school, if you fail, they might keep you back. If you don't pass senior year, they're definitely gonna hold you back. I remember freshman year, there were like 3 super seniors in my PE class. Super seniors is basically 19-year-olds still in high school because they didn't pass, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, everyone's nervous. You know what I mean? Don't stress about popularity. Who cares if you're not popular? You definitely don't want to be like a homeless looking kid there that everybody hates. But you I would say just be normal. You don't got to be too high. Don't be low. Just be normal. Where like people look at you, they're like, okay, I've seen you before, and they don't like look at you weird. You don't want to be that. And obviously, make sure you like up your don't like have a weird personality for it. Like if you're gonna walk around, just don't walk like super tall. Like no, obviously you want to walk straight, but like don't walk like where like you're looking so high like this. Like just look straight, normal. Walk normally. Don't try to walk like a thug. Don't walk like that. I wouldn't say I look like a nerd at all. I just wear normal clothes like jeans, like Nike Sweats, Nike shirt, Nike jacket. Sometimes I wear jeans, t-shirt, just a normal fits you'll see people wearing. Nothing too homeless looking. And one thing though, you don't want to stink at all. Okay, this is a brand new school, new people. You don't want to stink. You want to have a good representation for yourself, of course, right? Like how you like how imagine like an artist going to perform and they just smell and their clothes is all dirty. Like nah, you don't want that. The people that laugh at you for getting your work done, those are the people that people should be laughing at. But you don't gotta laugh at people though. Yeah, so definitely don't fall behind your classes though. You know what I mean? Grades, they do matter, but they're not everything though. Grades count. They count more than they did in the younger grades. Cause now it's like you need to finish because graduating middle school does not let you get a job. Graduating high school does let you get a job because you need your diploma to apply at most jobs. So it's pretty important. Time management. Make sure to balance school and fun. Don't overcommit to clubs or sports right away. Make sure you have your GPA for that. I played football freshman year and sophomore year, and this year I did not play because, well, freshman year I played the full season. Sophomore I quit halfway through the season. I had no choice to, because freshman year, towards the end of the school year, we're choosing new classes. I chose chemistry honors. I don't know why. So all my other grades were good besides my chemistry class sophomore year. So that allowed me not to play because I had a D and that sucked. And this year I did not. It was too late for me to join apparently. So I'm trying to lock in this school year. Since junior year is a core year anyway, so imagine football and doing junior year at the same time, that's gonna be pretty tough. Because junior year is hard enough already, then football's gonna be more exhausting. So I'm trying to lock in this year. So far, it's like halfway through the school year already. Just look at the people you hang out with and just imagine like the way they act around you. Do they seem like a real friend to you? Like if something went down, do you think they'll really have your back or not? I doubt you won't. Because the people that would have your back, you usually don't hang out with those people. Even though you may know people like that, because they're just not cool enough for you. If like, say you yell with someone and like something happens, right? Don't let that take over you. Because I know a lot of people in my life that that affected them pretty bad, and like we barely even talk now because of it. They're super depressed about it. And I understand it. I don't blame them. I know what it feels like. Most people know what it feels like, but you know, don't bottle up though. Don't bottle all that stress up. Don't just be depressed all day, just on TikTok scrolling and reposting sad stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not good to be like that. Obviously everybody will be depressed at least the first week, maybe a month. But if you're depressed every single day about that same person, you gotta really just move on from that, bro. Like you need to like focus and be like, okay, that person not deserve me, I deserve better. So you gotta be like, okay, yeah, I'm moving on now. That's what you gotta do. Don't sit there for like a whole year, for years, thinking about the same person when you can be finding someone else, bro. So if that person was really for you, they wouldn't do what they did. Make sure you eat something before class, because high school classes are way longer than middle school. So you definitely want to eat. Because most time you'll eat school lunch and it'll give you just a stomach ache. If school lunch is the only food you eat until you get home, you're gonna get a stomach ache. If you wake up in the morning, don't eat, don't have an appetite, don't eat. That's what usually is for me. But I'm trying to actually eat in the morning now. At least a granola bar or something. Drink a cup of water before you leave the house. Because if you drink nothing and only eat school lunch is not the healthiest. Whether you eat if you get a salad at school, if they have that, that'll be healthy. But when you eat like sandwiches and stuff, most of the time those are processed foods. They're frozen, so they, the companies put a lot of stuff in the food to keep it like fresh. It may taste good at the moment because you're super hungry, but at the same time, it'll make me feel like crap, bro. I'm telling you, when I'm in fourth period, my stomach be hurting like crazy. My stomach be feeling like I'm getting punched, bro. Like feels like someone just grabbed my chest and just twisting that. That'd be hurting like crazy. Yeah, so learn how to email your teachers for it. Most of the time, teachers will put on like Google Classroom. Maybe just if it's not like the board, just ask them for. And one thing though, what you want to do is you want to like be as cool with your teacher as possible. The more you talk to your teacher, ask them questions, and maybe sometimes if you're able to laugh with your teacher, that's good. It makes the class more enjoyable, and if you ever need help, you will be more than happy. If you'll feel more at easy for you, more at ease for you to just go up and just ask them a question like, okay, I need help with this. When it's a teacher you hate, absolutely hate, you're not gonna want to do nothing. My favorite teacher now, I'll say, gotta be my fourth period teacher, physics teacher. It's a he's so fun. He's funny, bro. Gotta be one of my favorite teachers so far at high school. Even though I'm a junior right now, gotta be one of my favorite teachers of all time in high school. So far, I'm not gonna say so far. It's gonna be permanently like that, bro. Yeah, so don't fear failure, bro. Everyone messes up. That's their projects. It's normal. Make sure you lock in class though, because this is not middle school where teachers will remind you every single day. Now, some teachers act like it's college, bro. They be really serious. Like they don't repeat too much. They say it one time. If you don't hear it or if you don't ask no questions, then that's your bad. Back in middle school, teachers will repeat it every single day. They'll repeat the whole period, like, oh, mate, when you're done, make sure to turn in. Whatever you gotta do in Google Classroom, when you're done, turn in. If you have questions, I'll be happy to help. That's what they'll say. Yeah, so make sure you enjoy it, bro, because you only get one high school experience. This is not like middle school. After you finish middle school, you still have high school. But after high school, you're officially an adult. So that's the reason why it feels so hard like that. It feels so like, I guess you can say sad, kind of like that, because, that's it. But at the same time, after your high school, you have about 75% more of your life after high school, so make sure you do what you enjoy. And that's pretty much all for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, like always, make sure to click sub. I really appreciate finished body. I'll see you next time, Cowboys. Take care. Make sure to comment down below what you guys think. If you have any comments, make sure to comment down below. I'll be more than happy enough to reply to your comment. I'll see you next time, Cowboys. Take care. Love you guys.